Hello and welcome to Streamtabulous. The photo we're going to be working on today is this one here. I can't help notice that it has an aging effect where it's developed a red tone over time. So we're going to take a look at addressing the color curves in that, which I've talked about in a previous video. And yeah, don't forget, of course, to like, subscribe, and get the bell on. Very important to the YouTube algorithm to push my videos so other people can learn the technique. And then hopefully they will join the Facebook group and help to restore photos like this. And it brings in other artists that can apply their technique. And hopefully they can teach their methods as well. So let's get to the intro and then we'll get on with the show. And we're back. So what we'll do is we'll take a look at these, the curves. Now I'm going to try doing the curves in Pixay Pro, which actually does have a color curve tool in it. Sometimes I'll use Photor. I did previously take a look at Photor with this, but sometimes it doesn't quite work. It has some glitches, and depending on the format of the photo, it may apply a tone over the image. So we're going to take a look at Pixay Pro with this one. So we're just going to open that up. Open our image up, which we have here, and we're going to come down to adjust, and then we're going to find the curves. Now we have adjustment of RGB, that is the red, greens, and blues. I'm going to show you what that would do in this case. We pull it back, you can see we're getting a green filter across it, so we don't want that. So what we're going to do is close that off, and we want to go to the curves tool instead. We want to select the red because that's what we want to do. And what this is going to do is it's going to correct the reds whilst also balancing out the other colors. So we just grab a point and we just pull it down and we move it until we get to an area which is correct. Okay. We have some darkening with the age of this photo as well, so we can see that background, which was probably going to be a white or a cream background originally, has discolored with time. The overall image still has some discoloration to it, but from here we have an understanding of what the original colors were. We know that wasn't a purple top that he was wearing. We can see that it was a blue top now. So we'll apply that and we'll save this. Actually, before we do, might just have a play here and we'll go to the exposure and contrast. We're just going to add some contrast to that, which will bring back some of that faded tone to the image. Okay, and we'll leave it there. We can lighten it up later if we want to. So that's a better base for us to work with. So we're just going to save that, Pixay Pro Gallery, make it easier to find. Going to open it up in Facetune 2. You can see a list of the apps over there on the side coming down. So you can go onto the Google Store, Play Store, or you can go onto the iOS Store and find many of these apps. So we now have this photo open, and we're just going to take a look at using the patch tool and see what we can actually, we'll see what it does. Now, you can see there is a pattern to the clothes, but don't may end up a little bit of a muddle, but we'll see what it looks like anyway. We may have to just smooth it off in IBS Paint X. It's not bad. That works. Just like this. Don't want to go too close to that cream edge because it will pull that cream in otherwise. So that will do there. Some of those lines out. You can see there it just pulled in that tiny little bit of the cream. So we're just going to highlight it, and it's going to bring in the corners of the outside. Yep, like that. I'm just going to work on little areas, not overdoing it. Let's see if that will pull in. Just going to muddle up a bit more. We use IBS Paint X to clean some of this out afterwards. But for now, this will make it easier to do. And we'll just smudge that later and just smooth it out. Which will lose some of the fabric texture, but that's okay. If you're working in something like Paint Shop Pro or Photoshop, you'd be going through and you would be using a clone tool, and you'd clone an area which is the same or similar, and you'd bring that in. You can see here that it muddles it up a little bit. That's just the way this tool is. We're going to try to find ways around this. These marks to be marks. You can see there's some discoloration or a stain on the image as well. So what we might try to do is see if we can't pull it in and see what this does. Sometimes it messes it up. Don't get any better there. We'll push down with the smudge tool in IBS Paint X, which I've shown before, and we'll clean that up that way. We'll lose some of the fabric, as I said. There's a bit of a pattern there. But I'm not aware of there is a clone tool in IBS Paint X, but it is not very efficient. So, come through. We can reduce this just by using IBS Paint X. I mean, otherwise there are different methods of getting rid of that flash, but we'll do that. So we'll come through here and we're going to save that, and then we'll just go straight into IBS Paint X, and we'll do the cleanup there before we go through and play with these colors anymore. Again, you can see the list of the apps coming down the side there. So I'm going to come into IBS Paint X. I'm going to go to My Gallery. And then I'm going to go to Import Picture. And that's going to open up my gallery. And then I'm going to find that most recent save, which should be under Images, Facetune 2. We can open that up. I don't want to launch that. We want to go straight to the smudge tool. I'm going to take a look here. I'll just zoom in. Bring it down. Light opacity. And then we're just going to, hopefully this will keep some of that back in color. Bring out some of the side there. Lighter and smaller. Larger. Lightly follow the colors in the fabric. Pull some of that over top, discoloration. Bring it down. And we're just small corrections. Not anything fancy. Okay. Come through. This is the area where we fixed it up, and we got some pixelation happening from that patch tool. We're just going to come down. This is just going to smooth it and bring it together a little bit more. Follow that outline edge. We'll end up replacing the background on this with Lumi. Okay. Come down here. Smaller. Bring that in. Down. Just going to, this is just pushing the colors around. Kind of like I mentioned before, like pushing oil-based paints. Finger painting. Just move stuff around until we're happy with it. The opacity helps them bleed through underneath, so we don't we get some of that details from the original image. Okay, we can come through and we can clean little spots up. I'm going to spend as much time as you want with this. We're rush these videos because I'm just trying to show the techniques. I don't want to sit here forever and a day. I just want to teach. And sometimes after I finish the video, I go through and I continue working on it. We're just gonna work this area until we push the colors to where we need them to be to remove that glare. Okay, I'm going to leave some of that white, which gives the white of the eye. Bring that flash line back. Doesn't want to work with me so much there. There's a bit of a flash there, so we're just going to soften that off. Okay, how's that look? I think that is good. We can go through, we can apply a contact over the eye to get more eye detail back. We can go through and we can adjust these tones and get the colors back. So we will save this image, wipe it off, and then we'll take a look at, first of all, I'm going to go into the airbrush tool and we're going to take a look at skin color, and of course we'll take a look at the makeup tool for the eye contact, which will help clean that eye up a bit more. There's our picture here. First of all, I'm going to go into makeup. Going to apply contact over the eye there, and we're going to give that eye details back. We get that there. Beautiful. I don't think the contours would do too much here. I mean, we can take a look at them, but I think generally we have... it does help the nose a little bit. We will run that. No eyebrow details there. Eyelashes, we can do a light version. Bring it down a bit. Helps the eyes. Leave that there. Skin tone I'm relatively happy with. We'll probably have to go back and address that again. We will. Okay, now that we've got that contact on the eye, we're going to run it through probably Remy quickly, and we'll take a look at what that can do for cleaning it up that little bit more. So we'll open up Remy. It's going to push the plan. We're going to say no, we don't want to sign up for their plan. Mask on. I'm going to go to the gallery, find that last saved photo. It's under camera. I'm going to click enhance. We'll see what this can do. Sometimes it might muddle up. I find it's hit and miss with glasses. These are a nice deep frame glasses, so I don't think it will have too much of an issue. We can see there it's gone over and it's actually done a really good job fixing up those colors. We can come through and we can see that it's fixing those eyes up actually really nicely. Okay, so we can before and after. So it's done a really good job at correcting those color curves. So we will save that. Can't get an ad when it's on flight mode. We will now swipe that off. Move that Remy mask. And we'll open it up in Facetune 2, and we're going to take a quick look at the just the white on the shirt and that, and see if we can bring that back. So we'll open up Facetune, and we'll find the image, and we'll open that up. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel to get more content like this. That's the first image there. Okay, we have that open. And we're going to come through quickly, and we're just going to deepen those eyes because the original eyes were rather deep in color. We'll add some details to it. Deepen that up. Perfect. Happy with that. We can come through if we need to, and we can fix that eye up a bit more if we need. I think pretty good. Showing the eyelid coming down there. Happy with that. Come through to the close tool now. And we'll see what we can do to enhance it. So we're going to go to saturation, reduced saturation, and we see that white shirt come up. Then we're going to come down to where it says fix, and if we touch that, we can see what it's highlighting. We're going to go to erase, and we just want the shirt. Okay, so I've come through and I have selected only that shirt, and we can see that there when we're clicking on the brush eraser. So we can apply that now, and we have that white shirt back to where it would have been originally. We can also do this again if we want, and we can take a look at maybe trying to enhance that top a little bit. Pull those details back. And we can bring up the saturation if we need to, or down. And we'll find that sort of tone on it. We can adjust the whites to it if we want it to be a little bit darker. So just a little bit of a play with it, and we can see what the before and after is there. Just a little bit darker. Now this probably is picking up the white shirt as well, but due to the fact that it's a stark white now, we don't have to worry about going through and erasing it. So that's just a very light application there. I'm going to come through this hair, and I'm going to just pick a tone like that, and that's just going to help that hair really stand out more and give it more of a HD look to it. And I've chosen a brown because if I'm looking at the original, I can see tones through it, and I don't think that is a solid black. But we can do the recolor, and we can adjust that to try to bring it in more or down with the blend. So I'm going to find the even ground. I'll apply that. I'm going to do that again. I'm just going to take a quick look at the black over top of it and see how that goes for the starkness. And we'll bring that glow up. Bring it back. There we go. Bring that down so we get the mix of colors. Creating a bit of shadow line there as well. And that is that. So now we can see the before, and then we can see the after. And we can see that that's given a nice HD sort of look to it. So we're okay with that. So now let's just take a quick look at that background. So we'll save that. We'll swipe that off. We're just going to come into Lumi, and we're going to open up that photo, and we're going to change, remove that background, and we'll take a look at changing it. We have our image here. So we'll go to the background, and we're just going to hit replace. I'm going to click the brush, and I'm just going to fill back in that arm side and the bottom here. Okay. A bit too much. After. Good. So we can enlarge this image just by pinching it and bring it into where we want it to be. It has a bit of a snap effect where it snaps to its location. So we'll do that. We'll come in and we can select our background that we want with it. I may go for my blue background, which I've done. So we'll have a look here. Grey. Blue really makes the image pop, I feel. I'll probably end up doing a whole heap of them just so the person can actually select which one they prefer is better. Just want to come down here with the erase tool, and we just need to fix up these little areas. Okay. Little tiny spot there, which will be really hard to get into. Make the brush nice and small, and just go up from the bottom. Come in on the side and just gently rub it down until you get that area back. with the close. Done. Okay. So quick and easy. We'll save that. And there is not much more to actually do from here. So this looks much better on the phone than it does on the screen. So hop on down to the Facebook group and take a look at the photo and its finished effect. I'll put up the video. Underneath the video, I'll have the before and the after, and you can see for yourself. I may go into IBS PaintX and create a layer and just work on that little bit of a blue patch in the bottom there, which I've shown in previous videos how you can do that. I'm also probably going to go into Pixay Pro, which I'll just show you this quickly. We pop into Pixay Pro, and we open up that photo, which will be in my Lumi gallery. Nice and easy to find. Full size. Okay. Whoop. Got that ad running. Oh, no, don't want that. Come down to effects. If you come down to the bottom here, you can actually throw a solid border on there, and then you can adjust the size. And the original image actually had a white border on it, so it'll kind of be nice just to leave that white border. One of our admin in the groups did a beautiful restoration of the photo, and they put the white border back on there, which I felt is a nice touch. So myself, I'm going to do that same thing, and I'll go through and post this up. So until the next video, like, subscribe, and get the bell on, and that will greatly help us out. And leave a comment below on what you thought of the video. It would be great as well. And I will see you in the next one.